So this is a Belgian IPA. Again, similar to the Zandloper. You'll notice the Belgian yeast character up front with a little more pronounced bitterness this time. From the LaSoir, we move on to the 530 IPA. This is one of our staple IPAs that we try and keep on as often as possible. You'll notice a good bit of earthiness to this one. Rather mellow as far as the bitterness goes. It's kind of an everyman's, everyday drinker IPA. You can definitely drink a couple of them and not be parched.
Yeah, it's kind of up to walk beer.
Yeah, absolutely. All right, moving on to the very experimental stuff. Here we have the lime and the coconut. This is a Berliner Weiss. It's a German style.
That's the one actually my wife tried it before, and she loved it. And last told me this is bestseller for women.
Absolutely, women love it. It's definitely a nice, crisp, refreshing summer beer. It's a German style sour beer with lime and coconut added. So it gives it nice fruity esters, almost like a key lime pie, if you will.
Yeah, that's what I said. My wife said it tastes like pina colada.
Sure, yeah. I've yet to mix it with any tequila. That would probably be advised against, but at 3.5%, you might be able to get away with it.
Oh yeah, it's light, you know.
It's definitely one of our lighter beers.
She loved it, so
wonderful.
I guess that all the women who want to visit your brewery will love it too.
Great, yeah.
To all the ladies,
come on in, lime and the coconut.
Lime and the coconut.
Yes. All right, coming up towards the end here, we have the Sabor de Bandito. It's a pale ale with jalapeno and arbol. So you'll notice a lot of jalapeno flavor.
Oh my god, it's so original.
Yes, a little bit of spiciness. Pairs wonderfully with Waco Taco next door, and we actually offer it for half off if you get taco burrito.
Wow, this one is amazing. I guess that
it's a hate it or love it thing. Some people don't like the spices in their beer.
Some people might love it.
And the people who enjoy spices in their beer absolutely love this one.
I know one person who might love this beer. She's here with me. Big fan of jalapeno.
Yeah.
You think I would like them?
Oh, you will love it. You want to try? Go ahead.
I think we did the first time we just blended the lime and the coconut with the Sabor de Bandito. A little spicy with the sour.
It's spicy. It's very good. Isn't it the one which we mixed with the lime?
That's correct.
Lime pie?
Yep. We mixed that one with the lime.
She knows more about beer than I do.
Yeah, I just felt the taste and the spice.
Sure. It's very good beer.
Thanks.
What was the name?
That was the Sabor de Bandito.
Sabor de Bandito.
Remember that?
Yeah. Smell of the bandit, yeah. I
Nie,
definitely...
przepraszam, to już Państwo bandito, to będzie taki przeklęty. Bandito. To jest bandito.
Might be. Yeah. Anyway, I strongly recommend to try this one.
All right, and last but not least, this is our Texican Red. This is a red ale. You'll notice off the bat, it's going to be very smoky, a little bit more spicy, a little bit of that, almost a cayenne taste, if you will. Again, pairs wonderfully with the food next door. You gotta have a chip with that one. Yeah.
It's strong.
7.1%, yes.
The salt, spicy.
Yes, a lot of spice. We actually put a number of different peppers in there. We actually put a little bit of liquid smoke in it, so that smokiness really comes through. Works great pairing with many different types of food, or even as a marinade.
Yeah, you can use it just for cooking, I guess.
Sure, yeah, of course.
I can imagine having this beer with some baby back ribs.
Absolutely, with barbecue. It's very popular this summer. A lot of people are coming to fill up their growlers and taking them to the cookout.
But you know, this is the kind of beer that I would rather have one glass instead of just.
You don't want a session.
because
We have
it's-
one gentleman who comes in, he'll drink 3 in a row, but I haven't seen him since. So.
Shane, so we just went through all those
Yes.
beers, and once again, I just want to tell you, if you want to go to brewery like Hourglass,
Yes.
go and get flights. Start with that. Stop by, get a flight, and just see what they got, and then you can pick your what you like. And I can definitely I can tell you, I mean, that I like at least like half of those beers, so it can be hard to choose.
Sure.
But I have the last question for you.
Yeah.
Tell me, what is a bestseller? Because I know that this one is a bestseller.
Lime and the coconut.
Yeah,
Sure,
we
sure.
love it. But what is a bestseller for?
Homebrew sodas,
We'll talk about
yes.
it in a second. But first, please tell me
Sure.
what is the bestseller.
The best seller definitely changes week to week. It tends to be one of our newer beers that we put out, the lime and the coconut. I would say right now it's between our Zandloper, the Belgian blonde that we tried
one?
up front. Yes, the very
Yeah.
first one. Sure. Between that and my personal favorite, the Apricot Pale Ale. Again, should be one of the first or maybe the last one on this first flight here. Apricot?
Oh,
Yeah.
this one.
You're gonna get that apricot flavor up front again, and a little bit of dryness on the back end. So very easy to have a couple of.
Yeah, those two I'll have a couple, but I have to tell you that if you ask me,
Mhm.
if someone will, and I guess lots of people will ask me about this brewery, and I will get a bunch of questions and comments on this video and on my fan page, but I would say
The lime and the coconut.
lime and the coconut and jalapeno beer.
Ah, wonderful. Definitely
so-
super more experimental.
If you go to our brewery, just ask for jalapeno beer and they will give you what we were talking about. So this one is so original.
Yes, yes, definitely very different.
And for those who are designated drivers, worst case scenario, if Uber gets banned,
Sure.
you need someone who will take you home.
Right.
That's why I can't be with my wife, because after that, I will not be driving, and I don't recommend doing that. So, for those who don't drink beer, don't drink at all,
Sure.
you guys have your own sauce.
Yeah, kind of in our off days, we've been toying around with a few soda recipes. So we have 3 out right now.
Let me do it very gently.
There you go.
There we go.
Alright.
And still, in-house products.
That's correct. Yes, yeah, yeah.
That's not good.
Beginning over here with our right to the left is the ginger soda. If you will. You'll notice very earthy, nice, crisp, refreshing, very easy to drink. A little bit of ginger on the back end.
Yeah.
It's very nice. The second in the middle, I'm not 100% sure. I believe this is an offshoot of our Belgian waffle, blueberry Belgian waffle. You'll notice a distinct sweetness on that one, and then a little bit of almost that waffle taste on the back end.
Yeah, that's so sweet, you know?
Yeah, definitely one of our sweeter beers.
I have a question. You guys allow kids to be in a...
Absolutely, yeah. We are definitely a family-friendly brewery. We are all ages. We don't allow minors at the bar, but we have games and Xbox systems and TVs for the kids, and so it's a great place for mom and dad to bring the kids, and the kids play PlayStation or Xbox, and mom and dad have a couple beers.
That's actually awesome, and the kids can have...
They can have some sodas. Yeah, the kids love our
I
sodas.
just thought about it. It's a great idea.
Yeah.
And Wako Taco.
And Wako Taco, so they can get some food. Absolutely. Last here is the elderberry cider. Again, a little bit sweeter, or excuse me, not a cider soda, elderberry soda. A little earthy, it's nice. Gives a good natural fruitiness, not like a sugary syrup.
Yeah, it does. I like the green one.
Me too.
It's my favorite, so I gotta tell you that. We'll be actually we went through all those beers and I love this. You know, when I look at that, I'm like, oh my god. And thank you so much,
Yeah,
James, for just telling me about all those beers. And I hope and I wish that in every brewery there will be a bartender or a team member who can actually help you and tell you so many things about the beer as Shane did. So thank you for that.
Yeah, thank you for coming in.
And I guess after all those beers I need some lunch, so we'll move to Waco Taco.
Off to Waco
And
Taco.
we'll talk about the beer a little bit more in a while.
Sounds great.
Thanks. To queso, które jest robione tutaj w Waco Taco, jest bazowane na brązowym piwie, które jest produkowane w Hourglass Brewery. I to jest niesamowite, właśnie taką przyjaźń mają między sobą Hourglass Brewery i Waco Taco. Razem robią produkty, jedni robią jedzenie, w tym się specjalizują, a drudzy robią piwo i są w tym bardzo dobrze. A to właśnie queso, które teraz spróbuję, taka przystawka przed głównym daniem, to jest właśnie queso bazowane na brązowym piwie Brown Ale, tak się chyba ono nazywało, które testowaliśmy wcześniej, także spróbujmy.
Pierwszy raz mam okazję być na zapleczu restauracji. To miejsce zdecydowanie poraża czystością, co się bardzo liczy w dzisiejszych czasach.
Alright, we got a gift from Lance, who's the owner of this place. Let's show Lance for a second. Now, this is Lance, and this is Jose, who owns Waco Taco. The place who actually treated us with this awesome food. And Lance got us Shizandra.
Very well said. Yeah.
I got my man here who will explain, so
Sure.
there you go.
So
And
this
tell us something about Shizandra.
Sure. The style is a Belgian quadruple, which is a Belgian style, typically 10% or greater, notes of dark fruit. This is the first bottled beer that we've ever done as the Hourglass Brewery, and our first barrel-aged beer as well. This beer actually sat in these 6 Old Forester barrels for about 4 months, soaking up all the bourbon and
So it takes
and
4 months to...
It depends, but yeah, these sat in here for right around 4 months.
You can buy this beer here in Hourglass?
We've actually sold out of it. This was our first release that we released about 2 months ago, in May or so. However, about 14 cases are going out for distribution, so you will be able to find it around town.
When?
Hopefully this week.
This week?
Yes. Our first distribution pickup. So hopefully we'll be posting a list on where it goes, because this is a very coveted, very prized beer for Hourglass regulars.
And you can get it only here in Hourglass.
At first, yes.
First,
Now you'll be able
okay.
to get it at a couple other locations. ABC Liquors in Lake Mary, as well as a couple other places will have it. So you'll notice, again, despite the 10%, this is a very, very smooth beer. You'll notice a bit of sweetness up front, and then a big bourbon flavor, as well as aroma.
Dude, the aroma is delicious. I
Oh,
can
it's
smell it.
fantastic.
It's
Can't wait, you know. After you said 10%, it's like invitation.
Sure. So this is kind of one of our more rare beers. However, coming up, we do have our Russian Imperial Stout that is being aged right now in those 6 barrels. It's an Imperial Stout, very dark, very thick. It's about 14%. That should be available this winter.
That's why the name Russian, you know.
Yes, exactly. So that will be available this winter, and hopefully, I just heard that we should be barrel aging our pumpkin ale for this season. So be on the lookout for that around October.
Great beer for Halloween.
Yes, exactly. Nice bourbon barrel aged pumpkin.
Can you show us the bottle very quick?
Certainly.
Thank you.
All the art was done in-house by one of our coworkers, Jeremy Gonzalez. Salute, guys. Cheers.
All right, so let's have some lunch from Waco Taco. Let's have some beer. Cheers. Cheers. I'll be back. I'm here with Jose, the owner of Waco Taco. Jose, it's very nice to meet you. And
Nice to meet you,
first of all, thank you for this awesome lunch. I mean, after all those beer tasting, it was just great to have some
You
beer.
need a little bit to fill the belly after that beer.
Oh, I mean, I fill my belly with the beer first, and then I fill my belly with your food. I had quesadilla, and my wife had
Chimichanga.
chimichanga, and she gave me a little bit so spicy. What's chimichanga?
It's in principle, it's just a deep fried burrito, but we go a little farther than that. We kind of open it in half, make it wet, put some more meat and or beer cheese in it, make it a little more interesting. That's pretty much what we do with all of our menu. Pretty much put our own spin on the basic Mexican street food.
Was that I spoke with Shane, and Shane explained me why brewery cannot have food, cannot sell food, but he told me that there's a big friendship between you guys, and some people even think that you have the same ownership. And I want you to actually tell us something more about your friendship. And Lance told me how it all started, about the food truck and baking. So can you just guide us through since the day one, when you guys started and how you got to this place?
Right, well, we had an idea about the concept of what we wanted to develop about that, putting our own spin on the Mexican food, and we saw a very good way to start was to kind of to try out our product in a food truck, to start our branding and see how our whole operation will work out. So we started with a food truck, and then one of the first places that called us about an event was the Hourglass Brewery at the old location. It was a really small location, but they had a great beer garden where we could just park our truck, and actually people could be around it, just drinking beer, getting
2 years ago, you had just a food truck.
Yeah, and they had
just a small place.
Yeah, actually in their place, you could only fit 16 people inside. That's it.
16?
16 seats. That's it. And then they had a beer garden outside, and pretty much a few benches outside where you can see them. And that's where we would park our food truck and just dish out food. So that was pretty much almost 4 years ago now. And we developed a great relationship. Then we actually went to high school with two of the owners, with Sky and Brent. But we didn't know that actually at the beginning. When we first showed up, because we haven't seen each other since high school.
Yeah.
And then when we got there, we were like, yeah, we went to high school together. And then we just pretty much built a pretty good relationship from then on. And pretty much our businesses kind of grew, side by side. And we always, from the beginning, we always talk about, when we expand, it'll be great if you had a shop at the, next door, and we can kind of keep the same kind of momentum.
So originally you're from Mexico City, and you went to high school in Orlando, right? And that's how you met Sky and Brad, right?
Yeah, that's how we met. We met each other, and like I said, at the beginning when we first were invited to the brewery, we didn't know they had a
So it was
brewery.
coincidence.
It was a coincidence, exactly. And then we landed there. We liked a lot to go there and sell, food with our food truck. And since the beginning, we always talk about it. And maybe when they expand, we will have a shop right next to them and kind of make this happen, where we can sell the food and then we'll sell the beer. And then the opportunity arose with this new building, and we just went for it.
And you told me that sometimes it happens that your place is empty, but you guys are super busy because people from the brewery, they go to Waco Taco to get food and come back
Exactly,
here
yeah.
and then listen to some music.
Exactly. A lot of people just bring their food here and from our place and just enjoy it here at the brewery. So it's a relationship that works out pretty good for
So
both
you can
businesses.
say that on one hand it's bad that the law of Florida, state of Florida, doesn't allow breweries to sell food and make food. On the other hand, they can make such a good relationship. And like Lance told me that they're good with what they do, which is create beer, I would say, and you're good with what you do, which is creating food.
Exactly, and then pretty much everybody can specialize on one thing and just hone their skills on that, and it works. At least on this venture, it works out perfectly for us because then we can just focus on the food and they can focus on the beer.
Usually when I go to places owned by people from Mexico, Puerto Rico, or Dominican Republic, you know, they base their menu on their
Country.
you know, their land. You have a different approach to this game. You create your food, you change some things. Tell us a little bit more about it.
Well, yeah, we didn't want to be like your typical Mexican restaurant,
Tex-Mex.
like or Tex-Mex or anything like that. We wanted to do our own spin on Mexican street food. And it was hard at the beginning because when you see, our name is Guapo Taco, so that you expect it. When a lot of people that never had any different kind of tacos, they expect, the ground beef taco or something like that. And we don't even work with ground beef. So at the beginning it was a little bit of a shock for people or to get the right demographic of people to get us, but then now people love it. Now they understand what we are about, and once they taste our food, they see, we have a really small menu. We only have about 6 or 7 things on our menu because our thing is to make everything fresh every day. Everything that comes out of our kitchen is made fresh every day. Even the hot sauces, all the toppings, everything is made from scratch. So that's what makes it good. It's pretty simple.
Like a queso you make.
Like the queso, exactly. Our queso is not a queso per se, it's just a beer cheese. It's just queso blanco and beer that we change every week so that we have a different spin on everything. So we like it a lot. We were very happy with the concept of Guapo Taco.
What do you think about the concept of food trucks in the United States? I mean, it's growing, but on the other hand, you have different laws and regulations all the time. I'm from Chicago, so I used to live in Chicago. I live in Tampa, as you guys know. And Chicago, actually, the city helps food truck owners, and Florida is a little different.
In Florida, it's actually, it seems like the restaurant owners are pushing the government to push off the food trucks, but there's so much demand for them that that the industry has kept growing with the food trucks. But it's hard. It's really hard to be in Florida and be a food truck because you can't be in public spaces. You always gotta be in private property, And for example, in the main block of Orlando, they're banned. You can't even be there. So it's definitely making it tough for food trucks to survive. For example, I was telling you that we had our food truck and then we franchised it, and now it's working in Atlanta. And Atlanta has a totally different approach to, the state of Georgia and the city of Atlanta. They have a totally different approach to food truck where they're doing actually really well. They have designated spaces.
It might change in Florida someday.
Hopefully it will change because I think it brings so much richness to the gastronomic culture of the city, because it's usually young, vibrant chefs that can't afford
to have their own
restaurant that they start and they start venturing like that. And many good restaurants have started like that. But if you cut their legs, you're cutting the legs of many good restaurants that can be there in the future for the city, and it can be revenue for the city and more of a gastronomic scene for that city, and it can be a vibrant scene. And if you cut their legs, you're just not gonna grow.
That's true. I was in Mexico myself, and I tried food from the streets. I had quesadilla and taco on the street, like from people who actually cook and make it.
Right.
And it's an amazing experience. And I recommend it to everyone. But if they cannot go to Mexico and try food from the streets, I would say that your place is the best choice here in the Orlando area. And thank you for inviting me here and sitting down with me and recommend anyone to go to Waco Taiko, especially while you're having a good beer in that
Exactly.
Hourglass Brewery. You know.
Doesn't get any better than beer and tacos, right?
Yeah. So Jose, once again, thank you,
Thank
and
you very
good luck
much.
with your business. I will come back with a beer. Shane, it was a pleasure. Thank you very
Sebastian,
much.
thank
you know,
you.
I'll be back as a customer to try some of my favorite beers. But for those who are visiting Florida, Central Florida, even if you're staying in Universal, Disney, just come to Hourglass Brewery and Shane, just tell them how to find this place.
Come check us out at thehourglassbrewery.com or facebook.com/thehourglassbrewery. We'll see you guys soon.
And those Harleys interrupted us a little bit, but you'll find all the links and all the link to the fan page, to Twitter, to the website of Hourglass in the bottom of this video, in the description of this video. So if you want to come to Hourglass Brewery, meet Shane and ask him questions about beer,
Yes, please.
feel free. Thank you.
Guys, bye-bye.